You guys can't see it right now, but this is really for your best interest. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Wokie Dokie, your November soul session. I'm Princess India if you're new. And if you're family, welcome back, my friend. And whatnot, or whatever. I'm tripped out because these cards kind of felt I wasn't expecting that, but we're just gonna go ahead and send these right here. But anywho, if you're not familiar with what a soul session is, threw off my whole little spiel there. If you're not familiar with what a soul session is, they are my spirituality and personal development readings, and we look at you guys' energy for the month and different experiences or challenges that you guys may face for the sole purpose of giving you some advice to kind of help you out and navigate this month. Now, the first three cards that fell out for you guys, we have the Death in the reverse, which is Scorpio energy. Then we have the Ace of Swords, and then we have the Lovers in the reverse, which is Gemini energy. And I think it's very interesting because I'm looking at this moon and the Ace of Swords, which would be you guys' central energy. And I'm just gonna cut the deck here and just finish putting the rest of you guys' cards out here. But looking at this Ace of Swords having a moon on it, and it's between Scorpio and Gemini, which is hilarious because the Scorpio new moon is on the 15th of November this month. And it's all about facing your fears, and it goes back to, if you want to use this as a reference point, the Scorpio full moon, which was in May, and I think it was somewhere around the 7th, if I'm not mistaken. And then on the 30th of November, we have a full moon in Gemini, which is very interesting. The North Node's also in Gemini too, but we have a full moon in Gemini on the 30th of this month, and the coinciding new moon for this was on the 22nd of May. So already, Capricorn, before I really dive deep into what we're talking about specifically, I feel the point of May, we can literally say the entire month of May if you want, in 2020 up until the ending of this month is very important for you guys because looking at the energy for the Gemini new moon, it's very similar to what I talked about for Sagittarius, which is we're talking about you guys choosing in accordance with your values, with, Mercury going direct and all that stuff in the beginning of the month. It's more or less that's the headspace that everyone is in post our little portal on the 31st of October with the Taurus full moon. It's like a lot of what's coming to the fore for a lot of people is centralized around your value system, what you make your life about, what you allow to hold you back, what you give a lot of your time, energy, and effort into. So whether you guys are from the I can't talk, I cannot blame Mercury retrograde anymore. But if you guys are familiar with intention setting and whatnot, for the moon cycles, if you're not someone who does that, I would suggest really taking into account setting some new intentions that are based on you guys facing your fears on the 15th and seeing what it becomes clear to you by the end of the month under the Gemini full moon that's in accordance with intentions you guys may have set or just decisions you've made since May. So that's just a little side note aside from you guys' cards. But at the bottom of your deck, well, hello. We have the Tower in the reverse. That's Mars energy. And Scorpio energy. So what's undergirding you guys' energy, Capricorn, this month? It's the first thing I want to say, but then I heard something right after that. The first thing I want to say is it's avoiding a disaster. However, the truth behind avoiding said disaster, I don't really feel that it's really a disaster. It's just perceived as one. But the truth that lies behind avoiding said disaster is pushing off the inevitable. I feel with this Tower in the reverse undergirding you guys' energy for the month, I feel the one thing you guys are attempting to avoid or clinging on to is really the truth of what the issue may be. Because what I'm seeing right now is really interesting. It's like a person, right? And this, of course, is not literal. Y'all know how my visions be set up. But it's like a person who's falling apart, right? Like their arms falling off, their legs falling off and stuff. And they're like taking duct tape and trying to piece themselves back together. And it's the thought of like, oh my gosh, I need my fingers, need my arm, need my leg, need my foot and whatnot. So it's just kind of like rigging it up to keep everything together. But the sense that I get, just is the energy that's undergirding this to keep in mind as we dive into you guys' cards, Capricorn, is that allowing this thing, and I feel this is more centralized around other people. It's like allowing this thing to crumble, to die, to fall apart, or to face your fears in reference to what it is that you're attempting to prevent, I feel is really the solution you're looking for in your deliverance. It's like trying to piece together something that's clearly falling apart, whatever that is for you guys this month, is the true problem or the true issue, if you will. Because I feel what it is that's falling apart is falling apart for your betterment. But I just feel the position you guys are in this month, like coming into the month and going into the middle of the month, it's deeply being in fear. And it's literally, like I said, trying to avoid the inevitable, It's like, it's interesting because I want to say it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome, if that makes sense. If you're not familiar with that, it's more or less this phenomenon where sometimes people will be, kidnapped or held hostage, and they'll start to empathize with their captor, Not saying this is literally happening for anyone, but it's just the energy signature of it, to me, feels like Stockholm syndrome, to where this thing that's falling apart that my Capricorns are desperately trying to keep together and piece together and fix in any way, shape, form, or fashion, it's taking up a lot of your energy and things of the sort. It's like this main thing is the thing that harmed you, but it's having an affinity for maintaining this proverbial prison, if you will. But hopping into you guys' cards, coming out of October into November, we have the Death in the reverse. So it's more or less saying that leaving out of October, we could say the whole month of October. If we want to throw in Saturn energy with that, we can go as far back as the end of September. If we want to project a little bit with this Mars energy with the Tower in the reverse, I would say the period at the end of the sentence with this situation would be coming this month, because Mars goes direct this month, so it's more or less taking action on things that have been kind of lying dormant up until this point. But I feel what it is that has ended for you all, or is trying to end, it's for your best interest, Caps. It's trying to give you guys a new beginning and a fresh start, especially coming into this Ace of Swords being here for your central energy here in November. And I would say like a full-on transformation by, month's end, if you will. But it's a refusal to let this go, to let this die, or to let things change. But I understand, because I feel my Caps are like in a subjective position. It's like, because you aren't in an objective place to see what this is leading to or what this is opening up your path for, it's trying to, save the only thing that you have, in so many words. Now, the challenge card that you guys have is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So the challenge this month, how it is that you guys can get this mental breakthrough and make this choice with confidence to more or less release this thing. Because this is really bringing me back with this Lovers in the, wow, that's interesting. I totally did say that in the Sagittarius reading. I don't know if you guys have Sagittarius in your chart. The Lovers card didn't come up in the Sag reading, but the vibe I picked up, I was like, dude, what they're dealing with is just like, the Lovers card. Because I was talking about values with them and how they've always been choosing in accordance with their mind, like should, ought, supposed to's, other people's expectations and things of the sort. And they've been neglecting what's really heartfelt to them or what they feel is best for them or right for them, and sacrificing that for the benefit of others. But So watch that too, you know, if you got that in your chart. But anywho, with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, we're really talking about the challenge this month being reevaluating. So it's really kind of looking back, like we were saying with May, you know, if you want to go back that far, and really look at choices and decisions that you made, with us coming to the latter part of the year and us being in the last quarter of the year. I would strongly suggest even going back to where you were this time last year, and, you know, New Year's resolutions that you made, and things you wanted to accomplish this year, things that you wanted to do this year, and seeing what things prevented you from doing that. Or if this thing you're trying to save once upon a time was something that you questioned if it was really right, you know, for you. But I feel the proverbial deliverance for you guys this month, or how to gain clarity on this situation, is by taking a step back and really reevaluating what you're doing here. Is like reevaluating, what are you really fighting for? What do you really want from this? Where are you really trying to go? What are you really trying to see happen? Or what are you really trying to get accomplished with whatever this is for you guys? Now, your underlying energy, ain't that something? It is the Fool. That's, I'm going to say a word that's going to make me sound smart. That's Plutonian energy. I don't really know if Plutonian is a word. If it's not, do not judge me. Just go along with it. And that's also Aries energy. You guys, above energy, I know you're joking. We have the world in the reverse, which is Saturn energy. Well, gosh darn son of a gun, Capricorn. Oh, this is fascinating. This is fascinating. You guys have 5 major arcanas, and let's just go back to, you know how I like to tie everything together, that May is the 5th month. Just throwing that out there, and it's Taurus season. Just throwing that out there, my friend, moving right along. But with this Fool being in you guys' underlying energy, there's an opportunity, big time, for you guys to have a new beginning. So meaning it in the sense of just, you know, seasons and cycles that we always are in our life. I feel it's just ordained for this to be you guys' time. However, with the world in the reverse, which I also must say, this is the first card of the major arcana and the last card of the major arcana, you know? So the Fool underlying your energy is saying that vibrationally, there's an opportunity for a new beginning. It's even saying that deep down inside, that's what you guys are desiring. However, in your mental space with the world in reverse, there's unfinished business with your past. Hence the Death in the reverse, right? So what this is saying to me, Caps, and do not take this the wrong way, everything is primed and prepped for you guys to have a mental breakthrough, right? And to choose in what's in your best interest, what's in your highest good, and to follow a path that's in alignment with your heart. However, if we were to talk about it, I won't even put it in the realm of like self-sabotage or anything like that. It's like, I just really feel that it's a lack of awareness. And not saying that you're not woke or you're not aware or nothing. I'm just saying in reference to this specific situation, it's a lack of awareness because there has not been a true, heartfelt, clear-minded, you know, even if you have to put your emotions to a side for a second and to really be practical about what it is you guys are holding on to, you know, because it's feeling as if whatever this is that's supposed to be phasing out, unfinished business feeling, this is left undone. Like there's still more to do. It's not wanting to move forward. It's not wanting this to fall apart. It's not wanting to lose this, right? But it's like these energies are more or less competing with each other, right? Because you want something new. And how I'm feeling it really, it's kind of like if I were to go back to the message I was talking about last month about the portal on the 31st, right? If we were to say clearly what that day was about, it was about a crossroads, right? When you're walking down a path and you come to a crossroads, you only have 2 choices, right? You can either go right or you can go left, but you can't go left and right, right? Because the path is splitting. The vibe I'm getting from my Capricorns is more or less that it's wanting to keep both. Like, eat your cake and have it too. Because have your cake and eat it too just really don't make sense. But that's neither here nor there. But it's to eat your cake and have it too. It's not wanting to have to sacrifice something. And what this is looking like to me, whatever this thing is you guys are trying to hold on to, like I said, and my apologies for being repetitive, is this is falling apart for a reason, because it's not supposed to come with you over into the other side, proverbially speaking. Like, it's not supposed to follow you into the new energy. But what I'm seeing is it's a conscious refusal. So it's kind of like, despite having all of these sign, symbol, synchronicities to Capricorns, that this thing, person, job, car, for some of y'all, just needs to be let go. Like, just bring it to the proverbial car graveyard, if you will. Because I could totally see if this is a car, like it's a car that keep breaking down and you keep buying new parts, you keep working on it. It's like, dog, it's time to get a new car, friend. It's time to get a new car, babe. You know what I'm saying? It's breaking down every other week. Okay. So with that being the case, it's like the reason why it keeps crumbling, that's the sign of like, this isn't for you anymore. But with the world being in your mental space, it's a refusal to accept that. And I feel even more so for you guys. This was very clear at the end of September. I think things started to, probably get you prepped and primed for this or date back to May. But by September, it became very, very, very clear by the latter part of September that this was a done deal. But it's still trying to breathe life into something that needs to die. It's like keeping it on life support. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not wanting to deal with the grief of losing it. But in the process, it's like you're jeopardizing your self-clarity, a fresh start, and a complete new beginning. And I feel the why behind that is because whatever this thing is, it fills some sort of void in you, It's like something, it's almost like a crutch. And I feel like I've said this before in one of the love readings, but it feels almost like a crutch, like it fills some type of void, like it does something for you. And I feel in the bigger scheme of things, with this thing being removed, it gives you the opportunity, especially with the new moon in Scorpio, to face your fears in reference to that. So this could literally be someone, like if we were to say really, really mundane, right? This could be the entire time since you moved out of your parents' house, you've always had a roommate, like if you moved out when you was like 18 and now you're like 30 something and you've never not had a roommate. And now hypothetically your roommate getting married, right? So now you have to find another apartment because you guys' lease is about to be up and this is going to be your first time, living alone. And God forbid, this is totally hypothetical because if this really happened in real life, it would be like so funny. But it's almost like hypothetically, if your roommate's getting married and you're like, well, hey, why aren't we all roommates? Like have your wife come on and move over. And it's like, like we can get like a 3-bedroom just in case you guys get kids or something like that. It's like, let's all stay together. You know what I mean? And you see how like, are you tripping? That sounds right. It's like, that's the vibe that I'm getting. It's like, it's very clear that something is the period at the end of the sentence. But it's like my Capricorns are having a very difficult time accepting that. So it's trying to scramble to find some other solution to maintain this energy that used to be. But the truth is, it's just time for things to change. And the thing that I can exhort you with, my Capricornian friend, is that, like I said, being in the subjective standpoint, you guys can't see it right now, but this is really for your best interest. It's kind of like, like with the devil card and it's representative of Capricorn energy. And especially with the lovers in the reverse, I always look at this, and I'm looking at the fact, if you look at the lovers reverse, the card before that is the Hierophant, which is the Taurus energy. And that was the center of the spread for Sagittarius. I'm just throwing that out there. But I look at the Lovers card and the Devil card as connected, right? So whenever I see the Lovers reverse, I see that very much as the same vibrational energy as the Devil upright. you know, and the Devil card, like I said, is representative of Capricorn energy. And we're talking about bondage. We're talking about repetitive behaviors, right? And especially with the world being here, and we're talking about all of our little fixed signs in there. Oh, and of course, we have Taurus energy there, Aquarius energy, Scorpio energy, and Leo energy in the world card. So it's more or less speaking to me in general, Capricorn, of old bad habits or behaviors that are no longer behooving you. And it's almost as if the universe is stressing and urging you to change, right? It's almost like being backed in a corner and being forced to change your behavior. You're not literally being forced. I'm just saying that proverbially speaking, because you got free will, you can choose. You know what I'm saying? But it's being put into a position to where you're being given a really great opportunity to reevaluate your life and the choices you've been making, the things that you're afraid to release, and for you to make the decision to release yourself from these things and to choose, much like it was for Sag, to choose your heart space, your values, your morals, your ideals, your goals, your dreams for your life. You know what I mean? And have a completely new beginning that's free of these behaviors you've been partaking in up to this point. So overall, I feel November is a really great month for you guys. It's a really great opportunity. But like I said in the beginning, I don't want you guys to take that the wrong way, saying like, oh, this is all your fault. You know what I mean? I just feel that your perception of this situation and your fear of losing something, and being kind of stuck in past energy and not being able to see like the forest beyond the tree is what's really holding you guys back. But I think it would behoove you to take a chance and, you know, hop off the cliff, my friend. You know what I'm saying? So anywho, that has been your reading, Capricorn. I'm going over to Vimeo, my website, Patreon, and YouTube members to do you guys extended. So if you're about that life, most certainly follow me over there, my friend. But if not, still love your face. And I'll see you guys soon and later. Sooner if you're going to the extended, and even more sooner if you're a member, because it's going to be like click, click, and, you know, love your face.